Seven still day-to-day?
Yep.
Okay. Is he just going to remain day-to-day for the rest of the season? Okay. Well, there we go.
Until I tell you differently.
All right. I couldn't buy fish before Friday's game without 5 people asking me what's wrong with them. So I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Scott, Denver, another playoff meeting here. Maybe looking back to the series that was at Amsoil here, that 5-2 win you guys had. What worked that night? Because that seems to be the oddball out of the entire rivalry recently with Denver. Usually these games are really tight.
We played good. I don't know. We just played a really good game. I thought we actually played a pretty good game Saturday. There just wasn't a lot of room on the rink, and they got an early goal and made it hold up. There wasn't a lot of chances either way on Saturday night. Shots were low. So I'm expecting, who knows? It could be, majority of the game could be that. It could be a wide open game. We'll find out. But they're a good defensive team. Obviously, they're very good from their goaltender on out, and offensively, obviously, their team maybe hasn't scored as much this year, but certainly has the capabilities to. So I think both teams respect each other, the way they play, and I think that's why you've seen the game so tight. And we took advantage of some opportunities Friday night and got a win that was, for once, more than a goal.
Better chances this is going to be a tight defensive game, though, than a wide open?
I would think so. I mean, I just think it's that time of the year. I mean, you go into every game expecting it to be a tight game, a low-scoring game, and games have a way of taking on their own. And if it's different, it's going to be different. But I'm just expecting it to be similar to what we've seen. And I think it's going to be that way moving forward through the rest of the games the rest of the year.
Anything you notice different with this Denver team under David Carl than maybe you did under Jim O'Donnell?
No, not really. Not really. Like I said, solid goaltending. They got a similar type of decor. They're very active. They've got some guys that can get up. Mitchell's obviously a really talented defenseman. Davies, those guys, they've got some big bodies, so they've got that good mixture again, and they've got depth again through their forward lines. And the only difference maybe is that their younger guys, their freshmen are talented, and now they're older. They've been through the league. Previous years they've always had those big guys, with Borgstrom and Terry and Gambrell, real go-to guys. But it seems to me their team's always the guys, the middle depth guys, always are really critical to their team and always seem to be key factors on their team, and I think that's the way they're built again this year.
With Scotty out, no one's really surprised that he did this, but how pleased are you to see Mikey Anderson step in the way he has offensively? We already know how good he is defensively.
Yeah, I mean, look at Mike's year last year. I mean, he had 23, 24 points for us last year, and nobody talked about that. And this year, I think he's, like I've said it a number of times, I think he's been our best defenseman, most consistent guy. The numbers maybe weren't maybe where they were, early in the year. Right now, things are happening. He's getting some points, but I think he's been outstanding for us the whole year. But I think he's raised his game to another level. I really saw that at the St. Cloud series. I thought he was really good, and he followed that up, again with another really good weekend last weekend. But stepped into some leadership, and he's playing very confidently right now. But it's not any different than the way he's played all year. Sometimes you get points, sometimes you don't. And to me, that's not the most telling sign. Is to me, it's how consistent he's been through the year and what he means to our back end as far as the way he plays and the calmness he brings back there and the way he defends, all the things that he does well.
I know you got goals. That doesn't always mean everything from your top two lines on Saturday, but did you like their games more than you did Friday?
It was better, but still we need more. And but I thought our whole team was better. We still need to improve. I think I thought in the second period we became a better team, but I still think we, for me, after we killed those penalties, we were leading, and that really gave us a huge lift. And obviously we get the goal later, and I thought our third period was one of the better ones again we've played in a while. So our guys felt confident, that's what the goal at the end of the period does, and what they did previous to that with the penalty kills, you know, gives you a little boost, and I think our guys carried that over. But we need to start games better. We need to play again 60 minutes as best we can, and just the way we need to play. I think our patience with the puck and playmaking needs to get better. I think we've turned way too many pucks over, and it's not that we're not trying to make plays. It's just that we're forcing some plays, and you know, we're just making some bad decisions. And I think we got to clean that up, tighten up a little bit defensively, and if we can do that, we'll become a better team.
You talked about the penalty kill. You wanted to see them get some more confidence. Certainly, they were poor before Friday. Then they came out Saturday, and it looked like the penalty kill of old a little bit. You're denying zone entries. You're aggressive in the zone, blocking shots. They had 0 shots in 4 power plays.
I thought they were outstanding, especially the last 2. I thought our guys looked a little bit more, way more confident in what they were doing. I thought Friday we were still, you know, kind of in the middle there. But it got better and we got the job done. I thought Saturday, give you know, Adam and Hertz credit. Those guys, you know, we've worked at it, you know, the last couple weeks, and just cleaned up some things Saturday morning. And I think our guys just seemed more confident in what they were doing. And again, you got to look for baby steps, right? And the first night we didn't give up a goal, so they get a little bit more, obviously. To do the same thing and not give up a shot on Saturday, I thought was a tremendous job by those guys. So hopefully, you know, we're on the right track getting back here, and the guys feel good about that. And you know, we're going to continue to see good power plays all the way through. So you know, hopefully we can continue to build that confidence in what we're doing, and have more games like we did Saturday.
Scott, you've got some guys that have played in this tournament for 3 years now. How essential will they be to some of the younger guys for this year's tournament?
Well, I hope very essential. I mean, you know, certainly you got to rely on experience, right? And for the young guys, you know, it's they're excited about playing in it. I mean, this is the fun part of the year, right? And it's hard to be one of the 4 teams in our league playing in this tournament. You know, we've been fortunate. This is our 4th time in a row, but you know, I think that experience helps. But these are good tests. Kind of moving forward, getting prepared. You're going to play good teams, and you got to get more into the single game mentality, even though I know this weekend there's 2 games no matter what, but you got to get into that mode, and you know, hopefully our older guys can help that, but you're going to rely on them for sure. Hopefully they can get the guys, you know, calm down and lead by example, and you know, we're going to go play, and obviously we want to be playing Saturday night, but we've got a stiff test to get by Denver here Friday.
Coach, Shep is up for a couple of the NCHC awards, and you said there were a couple of games where he really stole the game for you guys this season. Just talk about his play and how important he's been in kind of like his development throughout the season.
He's been our best player. You know, I mean, go back to last year when he took over the net. I mean, anytime you got a guy that, you know, that's won you a championship, he knows what it takes. But I just like his maturity over the last 2 years. He's such a competitor. Even if he's maybe not on his A game, he finds ways. And I think that's a great example for our team. But, you know, he deserves everything he's getting. I just feel that maybe we've become maybe a little too reliant on him to make the grade A saves all the time. And we've got to tighten up defensively and make sure we're not turning pucks over or giving them easy plays. Those are going to happen as we move forward, but just the quality of it or quantity of them, you know, we know he's going to probably make that save, but we don't want to keep putting him in those positions. But and conversely, we got to make sure we support him offensively too by, you know, scoring goals and, you know, taking advantage of his work. But he's been our best player, and again, another one of our most consistent guys, and he's deserving of the awards, and hopefully he continues to play and leads us to where we want to go.
Scott, Shep's a pretty competitive guy. I was watching the power play out there, and he robbed your guys of what I thought was a perfectly executed play. How much does he push them in practice?
Well, he just goes out and does his job. I mean, you know what, every day. I mean, he's pretty good at what he needs to do. Like, he knows what he needs to do. He knows how he needs to practice. And like I said, if he doesn't have a good day, he makes sure he follows it up with a good day the next day. He doesn't let it turn into two, and it starts here. I mean, you develop good practice habits, you're going to develop good game habits, and it's no different than a goalie or a forward or a defenseman. You have to do that, and again, he's kind of a quiet leader on our team. He doesn't say a lot, but he says a lot on the ice, but in the locker room when he does speak up, it's one of those guys you listen to because he doesn't say too much, but he's got meaningful comments, and like I said, he's a leader on our team, and our guys certainly listen to him and have a lot of respect for him. And it's not just the way he plays; it's the way he practices, the way he goes about his business. So, that's good for our team. You need everybody pushing. You need everybody pushing each other. But he just does his job every day, and I leave him alone because he's doing a pretty good job.
Parker gave a nice speech, I thought, after Saturday's game to the crowd.
4 years of education. That's good, Speaking class, it's good. Not bad. No, he did a great job.
How would you assess his season, just in that role of being the captain, and as he lived up to the expectations that you and the other coaches had when he
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we knew we were getting a good captain when we recruited him. He was a leader when he played in junior hockey. I mean, he won team awards there. I mean, he was good last year alongside Carson, and obviously probably learned some things from him. But I think his year has been good. I think he's had a really good year. I mean, he's produced offensively. He competes every night. He wears his heart on his sleeve. I mean, he plays, the blue collar game for us, and as far as his leadership, I mean, he's vocal when he needs to be, and he's again, a lot of the leaders are a little bit more by example, not always talking, but he certainly has had a good year for us, and I'm happy for him because it's his senior year, and obviously we want to, for all those guys, we want to get a chance to get back to that final game of the year, and we've got some work ahead of us, but we've put ourselves in a pretty good position to have a chance to do that. So if we can send those guys out, and he's the captain of that team, that'll tell you exactly a big reason why.